Hey guys, how are you doing today? My name is Ravi Kumar and I welcome you all for watching my first ever YouTube video. So I would like to talk a little bit about myself. I am a CISSP certified professional with more than 11 years of industry experience. I also hold a few other certifications like PMP and CCNP. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about the journey and the process and maybe the study material I used for preparing for the CISSP exam. Okay, so let's discuss about the resources or the materials I used to prepare for CISSP. So CyBEX 7th edition. So this book is highly recommended. This is the I think the best book in the market. I read this book cover to cover at least 4 to 5 times. I find that the language used in this book is very easy to understand. So it's very highly recommended book. And the second book that I recommend is Sean Harris. Of course, it's the Bible for all the CISSP aspirants, and I think it's very comprehensive book, very detailed book. So I use this book only to clear my concept. So I must admit I have not read this book cover to cover. So I only visited the chapters or the points where I think I was weak or lagging. So yes, so I will highly recommend to read this book. But of course, reading the book cover to cover without getting bored. So I think it's a very vast book. So, but again, it's a very good resource. You can use it for your study. Okay, so if you have purchased CyBEX 7th edition, you will get a free resource, the question bank with the book. So again, it's a good resource to have. So I use the CyBEX question bank to prepare for the test. So here it is in the related website section. So you can see there is a free resource that they provide, right? Right here they have mentioned. So you can use this free resource, and along with this, I also purchased a CISSP official ISC square practice test. So it has around 1300 unique practice questions. So I use this book as well. CISSP 11th hour is the book I used as a last minute resources. So I just read it 1 week before just to ensure I did not miss out on any key topic. Sunflower Notes. So I think it's an open source. You can easily Google it. It's another notes where you can just refer it 1 day before or just before the before your exam, uh, just to check all the points. So it's a very good last minute resource and highly recommended. I also use some of the online content. So Cybrary is a very good online resource. So I registered with Cybrary, and I watched the CISSP video from Kelly Hendrehan. So it's again a very good resource. There is also a very good free resource where you can download the Sean Harris audio on each of these specific domain. So I think this is the website. So you also have this download link. So you can download the audio, Sean's audio for each of these domains. So again, it's a free resource. So you make full use of this resource. And I purchased the CCURE subscription for 1 month. So again, it is a very good resource to evaluate where you stand in terms of uh, the assessment. So unless and until you are scoring very high grades in the practice test, do not appear for the exam. And I also was a part of a Facebook group which is very popular. So I will mention that in the description section of this video. Okay, so now that we have discussed about the study resources, let us discuss about the process. So it's a long story, but I will try to put it in a short and to the point. Also, I'll put a disclaimer. It's purely my experience. This may differ from person to person. So regarding the background, I feel anybody can know with right attitude and positive mindset can crack CISSP. But I feel people who have infosec or networking background, things are can be little easier for them to grasp the concept, but that in no way means that the other guys cannot make it. In fact, I feel the exam is focused more on decision making ability rather than technicality. So I think like a manager, which is the concept which similar to think like a project manager in PMP. It's a similar. It's one of the exam I passed in 2013. So on the preparation part, I was literally in an on and off mode from I think 6 months. So I took my own time to sharpen my knowledge on individual topics. So I joined the Facebook forum mentioned in the description. So in that Facebook forum, there are various uh, topics, and you can always log in to your mobile and no go check randomly the questions and figure out the answers. But I think the most important part or the point which I think helped me was the individual experiences which was shared in the Facebook forum. So you can figure out the common approach. So again, it depends on what suits you. So the Facebook forum helped me immensely. So and initially I was planning to give the exam in December 2017, but I couldn't get the slot. So it's also important to get to check the slot availability in advance. So in my case, it was not available. So I had to postpone my exam to March 2018, and I appeared with the new CAT exam, which was 3 hours with 150 questions. So I think the pattern was changing, so I decided to give the new pattern. So and small things definitely helps. Like I used public transport instead of my car to get that extra time, and I studied minimum 2 hours daily and 4 hours on weekend. And just I think 2 weeks before the exam, I was studying 3 hours daily and 4 to 6 hours on weekend. So yeah, so I think just before the 2 weeks to the exam, I was completely cut off. I used my social time to invest and revise the stuff and review the domains where I was scoring consistently low. So it's always to do a self-assessment, and this CCURE website and for any other website, you can always figure out looking at the results which is the weakest domain no you have, so you can focus more on that domain. So I was scoring on an average 78 to 82% in CCURE Pro test and around 80 to 85% on SYBEX exam. So I did approximately 2000 to 2500 question. So on the day of the exam, no, I was totally surprised. Let me admit that to see the questions that had almost two correct answers. But it again enforces think like a manager and choice between the best and the second best. So yes, the exam will be tough. It will be very tough, and again you have to think like a manager. And after the 100 question, I think it was a matter of survival for me. And in my case, I did all 150 questions, and I was happy to see the congratulation remark on my printout. So yeah, this was my process and my journey for the CISSP. And because of the non-disclosure agreement, I will not be able to disclose the topic. But yes, it was one of the toughest exam I passed, probably tougher than the PMP. So yes, so if you have any questions, any doubts, if you want to make reach out to me, you can reach out to me on free access to education at gmail.com. And I will see you in next videos where I will start uh, making some small videos on individual CISSP topics. So if you have any feedback, any suggestions for me, do not hesitate to put a comment, subscribe and like my video. Thank you.